Hello and welcome to Highlight Reel. I'm Tracy Clark, the Executive Director for the Louisa County Chamber of Commerce. And today I have Shelly Adams with us, who is with ChildHelp. And I'm so excited to not only learn for myself, but also share with other people about ChildHelp. So Shelly, why don't you tell us just a little bit about your background? And I realize that you're new to ChildHelp, from just relocated back home. So tell us a little bit about you and your background.
Sure. Thank you so much again for meeting with me to get to know about me and also ChildHelp. So first, I just wanted to extend that thank you to you. Again, my name is Shelly Adams. I am originally from the DC, Northern Virginia area. I was in Hampton Roads for about 16 years and just recently relocated back. I was a talent acquisition manager for the City of Virginia Beach Department of Human Services. So did that for many years and recently started with ChildHelp on September the 7th. So I am very new to the organization. Yes. Just to give you a little bit of background about ChildHelp. ChildHelp is a residential treatment facility for neglected, abused, and at-risk children. Basically, we are trying to meet their physical, emotional, educational, and spiritual needs. A lot of our children have suffered from sexual trauma, sexual abuse, as well as neglect or just normal, abuse. So we focus on, providing them with prevention, intervention, treatment, and basically making sure that they have a strong community outreach and knowing how to cope and, get past, their trauma, or really knowing how to deal with the trauma in which they've suffered, to really get them at a place where they're, dealt with their coping skills and, and address that. So ChildHelp, we have multiple locations. We have a Virginia office as well as a Tennessee office, 2 Phoenix offices, and also California. So ChildHelp is a very big, we always said it's kind of like a hidden resource that people do not know. ChildHelp has been in existence since 1954. It actually was founded by 2 actresses in LA. Yes, they actually went to Japan and they actually saw these children that were abandoned, and they took them in, and then it just evolved from there. So we are a nonprofit organization. So regarding the Virginia office, we sit on 270 acres. So it is awesome. We have 5 cottages in which the children live in. Typically, the children are ages range from 5 to 12, providing them with, like I said, therapeutic services. We have the school, we have a chapel there so they can practice whatever religious beliefs that they believe in, and as well as we have therapists on site. We have registered nurses, LPNs, direct care staff, providing them with, even just making sure that they're able to be a child, to be able to experience, what it is to be a child. We have pool there, we have horses there, we have gardens that they tend to. We have walking trails, we have go-karts for them to ride and learning how to take care of animals. So it is an awesome place. It is very therapeutic, not just even for the children, but also the staff members there. So,
Well,
with
tell me,
me,
I have a couple questions.
sure.
First of all, this is just learning about this and this resource right here in Virginia. Tell us a little bit about, you mentioned the children, the rehab facility for physical, mental, abuse that they've endured. So is that, where do these children come from? Like, how do they get connected to you as a resource? Is it, through the court system? Is it, abandoned children that are found? How does that
To be
happen?
honest, It's actually all of those things. So if anyone ever wanted to get information, there is the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline. It's actually 1-800 for a child. That actually is 1-800-422-4453. So some of our kids may come from the Department of Social Services, those that are abandoned, also those that are in foster care. Our Tennessee office, they deal more of foster care, doing like your guardian ad litem, those that are, kind of, going into the transition, things like that. We take kids, like I said, through Medicaid, the Department of Social Services. So it's a plethora. It's just not one way that this resource is, given. So definitely, if anybody's ever needing to get information, they can always go to our website as well, which is www.childhelp.org, as well as that hotline number. So yes.
So if I am aware of a family that has had some sort of trauma or something with their children, I could recommend that they reach out to you. Like, do family members
Absolutely.
actually suggest, like, hey, I would like for my child to come and participate? What does that look like? Is it
Yes,
week-long
yes.
camps? Is it there for an extended period of time? Like, what does that look like?
Yes. So if you feel like, or someone that's going through abuse, or encounter a family, definitely they can call that number. There is a admissions process that they do go through, and basically it's documents that will ask, and you will just kind of, most of the time, children that's gone through that type of trauma, they've already gone through like psychoevaluation, things like that. So we basically, there is an administrative package or admission package that they would basically need to submit. We review those documents. We would do any type of assessments just to see where they are. We do not take all children. There's different levels of treatment, or certain treatment that certain kids, just depending on what their needs are. Our campus is open, so there's no kind of like a way that children, can kind of, it's not like a lockdown facility, should we say. So they're, open. So just depending on the type of treatment that the child may need. So that will go through the evaluation and, just to see where they are. Some, unfortunately, some kids need that kind of that lockdown, that type of facility. So
Right.
we're free. They're able to kind of roam the ranch. There aren't any type of barriers or anything, or gates to keep them on property. So, just really kind of giving them that normalcy. So yeah, so there is an evaluation and an admissions package in which they would have to submit, and yes, to see what level of trauma they are at, and would they best fit, in our facility, because we also want to keep in mind that we're also making sure that they are getting the treatment that we need, but we also want to make sure that it won't affect the current children that are currently at the location as well, regarding
Understand.
safety, or, their actual form of trauma, and, how they
Yeah.
deal with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is your program, what's the length of time? Is it, somebody could go for a week, are they signing up for months? Is it a permanent situation, or kind of what is the process? You mentioned there's an age, 5 to 12.
Mhm.
So what's kind of the next path?
Well, the treatment really depends on the child and how they progress. So it's not, hey, we're going to sign them up for, 6 weeks, or we've had children that have been there for 2 years. It just really depends on the type of abuse. It just depends on how they respond to the treatment or the plan. Sometimes, they were there for a couple of months. So it just all really depends on them, how they're responding, if they're receptive to their treatment, or whether or not we feel like the treatment. Sometimes we get children in there and we feel like, being at Child Help is the best place. But once we be able to basically sit down and do those evaluations, or their type of behavior will determine whether or not it's the best fit. Like, we've had that situation where we've determined, this is just really not the right place. But a lot of that comes out as you begin to actually see the actual behavior of the child and how they respond to the treatment. So it does vary.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So it's not like I understand. It's very specific to the
Correct,
individual
correct.
children.
It basically,
So
they have their own treatment plan, so it's not like, all encompass everybody.
yeah, yeah. So how would people in the community, businesses, how would people support your organization and what you're doing? I mean, are you
Absolutely.
looking for volunteers? Like what does that look like?
Absolutely. Of course, we're always looking for volunteers, also interns, things like that, college students. We definitely look for those. Also, what happens a lot of things, we like I said, we try to make sure that these kids feel, as normal as possible, whatever that may look like, making sure that they still are experiencing childhood. Definitely every child that comes on campus, when they first get there, they get a bike, they get to pick out like their own, book bag, their own blankets. So even if it's just a donation of a bike or for, any type of resources during our Christmas holiday time. Also, we like to have, give gifts. So we are open to all types of any type of donation, whether it's monetary, like I said, these bikes or teddy bears, blankets, things like that. Anything that you feel like that would be a beneficial for a child to have to, our motto is just to make sure that they're felt loved. We always say child help is probably the toughest job that you'll ever love. And it's basically embracing them with a love in which they probably have never experienced, or they really just don't know how to recognize. So yes, so whether, like I said, it's volunteer, internship, whether it's monetary, if it's just, like I said, bike donations, clothes donations, things like that. So book donations,
Wow.
anything, yes. It is
Wow.
an
So
awesome place. It is
yeah,
definitely
it
awesome.
sounds amazing. And so, oh gosh, I had a question, but I was getting all excited about just, when you talk about just showing the child love and allowing them to be a child,
Yes,
facing gosh only knows some of the
yes,
traumas that they faced, right? I just love the whole mission of what you have going on here. So donations, volunteering, there's ways to do that. Um, you've mentioned how would someone get in touch, but just for the
mhm.
benefit, how would someone, if they wanted to volunteer, if they wanted to learn more about your program, what's the website? How do they get in touch? Who should
Sure,
they
sure.
contact?
Absolutely. Again, the website, it's www.childhelp.org. It'll basically tell you our story, basically our solution of how we try to, tackle and give these children the tools that they need to, grow up to be successful and to deal with the trauma and just, learn how to live and and be free of what they have experienced. There's also a link on the website that says basically how you can help. So the donations, the gift, it provides our local chapters there as well. If anyone in the area is wanting to get information, they can contact me directly. I can provide you my telephone number. It's 540-729-0991, as well as my email address. It's Shelly Adams or S Adams, either or will work, at childhelp.org. So they can reach me. I would love to speak with them, or even sometimes it even takes someone to just come and tour the facility. I think, when I first, signed up to be, apply for the position, I love the story about Child Help. But then when I was able to see the facility, it just took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Also, there is actually a movie that yes, there's a movie. It's it's called For the Love of a Child. And it basically talks about child help and talks about how it was established. And so that is an awesome movie. If anybody wanted to see, the actual role in which child help plays, that movie is awesome. For a Love of a Child.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yes,
One last
yes.
question. I just remembered my question, which was the children that are at your facility, are they just Virginia? Do they come from all over? Like what's
They come from all over. We've had
I-
children that parents may have been in the military and, they were overseas and they would come here. They're all over. They're not at one set. It is just not for Virginia residents. It's for anyone who feels that their child needs to go through this type of treatment. And we feel that, they are a great fit for child help. So no, it is just not tailored to one area at all.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. And I'm very excited. I know I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this. It's children have a special place in my heart. And
Yes.
just for those of you, Child Help is a member of the Louisa Chamber. You can find out in case you missed contact information. You can go to our website, louisachamber.org. And find them under the community info section, find a business, and you can search for Child Help, HELP. And, it's been a pleasure meeting you. I look forward
Yes.
to,
Awesome.
getting to know more and even coming to visit the facility. I think that would be
Absolutely.
amazing to
Absolutely.
see. And, with the holidays and everything coming, gosh, definitely hoping we can get some stuff and some support going to you guys. So thanks
Absolutely.
everybody for
Thank you.
checking out Highlight Reel. Have a great day.